Everybody, I hope you're doing well this week. I know it's been a few days since I've done a video at all. I hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving. That was part of the reason why there hasn't been a new video lately. Also, there just hasn't been a lot going on, but that's why, since I haven't done a video in quite a while, this week this is going to be basically a combo video between hot topics and breeding updates. I've got this beautiful pied girl, Celine, here out today. She's a subadult and she is het hypo. She's a little stiff because she's not used to people. So that's one reason I have her out, handling her a little bit, because she's one of our females that's a little bit nippy, if you ask me and my husband. So we're kind of trying to get her used to people, along with Nala, one of our other females, our chainsaw, who's a little bit nippy as well. But she's beautiful, and we can't wait to breed her one day. And, you know, I've always wanted a pied, so I'm finally glad we have one. And it's going to be amazing, you know, to have some pied babies in the future. But basically, I wanted to start off with the hot topic part of the video that I wanted to talk about. And that's got to do with something that I've kind of talked about a little bit before also. Move her so you can see her better. And that is racks or tubs versus tanks. And this is something that I continue to see people talk about, ranting on TikTok, on YouTube, Instagram, just social media in general. And it comes from the strictly pet keeping world, hating on breeders, trying to say that we're abusing our animals because we use rack systems, and tubs are where a lot of our ball pythons and some of the other snakes are permanently housed. Now, I can understand if a ball python is being in a tub that's kept way too small, but that would be an unethical breeder, an irresponsible breeder. You wouldn't want to buy from someone that keeps their ball pythons in tub enclosures that are too small. I think vivariums are amazing, but it's just not doable to have as many snakes as we have and a lot of other breeders have, and keep them all in glass enclosures that are nicely decked out with tons of enrichment. It's just not possible. And so it's a little bit unrealistic to expect someone like us with all these snakes behind me to have a separate 40+ gallon enclosure for every single snake. And the truth of the matter is in a lot of ways, ball pythons especially thrive better in tub environments, tub enclosures, rack systems, because the humidity is kept a lot better, and they usually eat a lot better and feel more secure. And with ball pythons, if you've ever had a ball python go on a food strike, you would know that security, humidity, and temperatures being correct has a lot to do with that ball python eating or not eating. It's usually the problem. If someone is keeping a ball python in a tub enclosure or in a tank and there's something wrong, it's not eating, it's got to be stressed out. There's got to be some kind of issue with the temperatures. They don't have enough hives. There's not enough clutter. The humidity's off. There's a lot of different reasons that have to do with how you're keeping your snake that could cause it to not eat. So as you can see, she seems to be getting a little bit more comfortable, which is good. But anyway, so I just think that if you're going to rant about whether keeping snakes in tubs or racks, it's usually rack systems. That's mostly the issue that I see a lot of pet keepers talk about. And I get that you're trying to get attention. I get that you're trying to get a rise out of people, but you're also the same people that like to go spend money at reptile shows, and you like to buy from breeders. So I think that before you come out and bash breeders for using rack systems, I think that you need to stop actually supporting reptile shows and going to them and spending your money there, because it's a little bit hypocritical in a sense. If you think about it, you're coming on social media and you're ranting about how keeping snakes and racks and everything is so abusive. Yet you're going to the very place where these same people that breed snakes and use racks are selling their animals. So I just think that if you're going to monetarily support breeders, I don't understand why you're sitting there ranting about using racks. It just doesn't make any sense to me. All of our animals are 100% healthy. They eat really well. Their body condition is great. And as you can see, when you work with them, even snippy ones like this girl, you can really, really get them to relax and get them to be used to people. So the temperaments of our animals are really great too. And so that leads me into today's breeding update. I want to kind of give you a little bit of an update and let you know how things have changed, because from our last video when I told you about us pairing Lucian with Cadabra, that actually didn't work out. We were really, really hoping to go ahead and start working on some Bells, some blue-eyed Lucies, if you will. And Cadabra is actually in a shed cycle. So she didn't want to breed. Lucian didn't want to really do anything, it seemed. It's his first time, her first time. So that could have had a lot to do with it. What we're going to try to do is we're going to try to pair Lucian with Priya next week. I know originally I said I was going to pair Priya with Sulian and work on some really cool co-dominant stuff. But what I want to do is I want to try to pair Lucian with Priya, because Priya is one of 4 females that we have that can throw bells with Lucian. So we really, really want to try to work on some blue-eyed Lucies, because we know that that's what everyone has been asking us for. We really want to be able to produce more snakes like him. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to try that. And then if Lucian still doesn't want to breed, and we're actually going to give him a little bit of a break, give him a few weeks to kind of just gain some weight and, make sure he's not stressed out. And we're just going to try again later. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to try it again later, because eventually he'll more than likely breed. We had that happen with Sulian, who was the father to the babies that we just had, which all of those babies are on frozen thawed now. I fed them all frozen thawed this morning. They're doing amazing. We have 6 available babies. They're all fireflies that are 100% het albino and 66% het clown. So their mother is Zahara, our albino, 100% het clown, and their father is Sulian, our superfly, 100% het clown. So these babies are really, really good if you want to get into some recessive projects. And at a more affordable rate, you can definitely look into these fireflies that we have available on our MorphMarket store. The 3 females that were left over from Priya's clutch actually are going to be going to a new home in December. We had some friends of ours who are interested in them come look, and they are wanting to get them for their future breeding projects. So those 3 females will be going to new homes, so they are considered sold. And so we have 6 firefly babies left, 100% het albino and 66% het clown. And, these babies, they're on the lower end. They're all under $200. And that's something else I wanted to talk about. The reason why we're not really doing a lot of co-dom stuff besides like blue-eyed Lucies is because we know that with the economy the way that it is now and the way that not a lot of people are buying snakes, we really want to work on stuff that's important, that people are really, really wanting, because a lot of the lower end snakes just aren't selling, and you think they would sell, but they just really aren't. So we don't really want to spend all of our time and energy on that anymore. It was fun starting out, but now we want to focus on more recessive stuff and blue-eyed leucistic stuff, because we know that that's something that people really like. So going forward, we probably won't be doing any codominant stuff really besides blue-eyed Lucy stuff for a little while. We'll be focusing on pod stuff with this girl here in the near future. We'll be focusing on clown stuff, albino stuff, things like that. So that's a little bit of why we're kind of pairing Priya and Sulian together on the back burner, is because even though fire pewter, nuclear pewter, a lot of those other really cool combos are awesome, we want to try and focus on snakes that we really know people want, that they will go after. So that's kind of why we're halting some of those lower end projects, and we're trying to focus on more higher end projects. But by this time next year, we'll be able to be getting into some hognose stuff. We'll be able to be getting into some Kenyan sand boa stuff. And in another 2 years, we'll finally be able to get into some boa constrictor stuff. So that's really awesome. And we hope that you continue to follow us on our journey when it comes time to do that. So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Also, if you haven't already, please follow us on Instagram. Also, if you haven't already, please follow us on TikTok. We are at Magic City Morphs on TikTok, and we are also on Facebook. We are Magic City Morphs on Facebook.